Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. In this video, I'm going to be going over the books that I plan on reading in February. There are 4 books in particular that I'm 100% for sure going to read in February. There's one that if I do have time in February, I will read, but if not, then I'll read it in March. But the first book that I'm going to read is Ruin and Rising. Ruin and Rising is the third book in the Grisha series, and this book in particular I have read in the past. I read it last year, but I did want to make a review video for all 3 books. So I wanted to make sure that when I was doing these review videos, I was really coming in with fresh thoughts, having just read the book. So I do plan on reading it this month and then also having the review video out soon after. But let's move on to the next book. So the second book that I'm reading this month, which I actually started reading yesterday, is The Hating Game. Now, this book is a adult romance book. I think is my first adult romance book that I'm reading ever, if I'm not mistaken. But I remember watching the movie years ago, and one of the things that I liked about the movie is the banter between the characters. So I'm hoping that as I'm reading, I see the banter. I really like the characters. I did enjoy the movie, but it wasn't like the best movie ever or anything. But the golden rule is that if I like the movie, then I will surely like the book because the book is typically better than the movie. So I'm hoping that the book hits it out of the park, whereas the movie, I enjoyed it for what it was. I enjoyed like um watching it. Like if I ever put it on again, it's definitely gonna be like a background movie or something. But I am 26 pages into this already, and I will say that I don't know if I'm liking the way that the book is written. So we'll see what I think about the book later on. All right, so the next 2/3 books are part of my John Green readathon marathon, where I have 3 John Green books that I own, and I read them back in high school. And this month, I really want to read all 3 of them, or at least 2 of them, to see if those books hold up or if it was just me in my teenage years reading a book and thinking, hey, this is good because I hadn't read much, right? So the first book that I plan on reading for John Green this month is Paper Towns. So again, I read this back in high school. I don't remember a lot of it, like details wise, but I do remember that the main character is a boy who is infatuated by his neighbor and his neighbor goes missing. And then for the rest of the book, he's just trying to find her, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he does find her, but after that, I don't really remember the rest of the story. But I remember this being one of the books that, like, I was pretty like, oh, this is good, but I don't know. We'll see how it holds up. The next book is Looking for Alaska. Now, this one is a shorter book, which is why if I finish these 4 books in February, I do have a fifth one lined up. But this one I remember disliking. This one I just couldn't really connect with the character, wasn't really that interested with the story. So we will see if my thoughts change. What I remember from this book, again, a male main character, and I think he's at either a boarding school or private school. And he's kind of like a delinquent, I think, or that, or he's spending time with people who are delinquents, like doing things they shouldn't be doing. And one of the girl, well, the girl that he's infatuated with, I think either dies or goes missing. And that also kind of messes them up a bit. But other than that, that's all I remember from this book, besides just me not really vibing with it. So we will see if my thoughts change. Alright, so those are the 4 books that I plan on reading in February. Now, like I said, if I do have extra time to read an additional book, then the book that I picked out is The Fault in Our Stars. This will be the final book in my John Green readathon, and this one is the story that I am most familiar with. One, because it became a huge story, like there's a movie, everybody was talking about it. And I think this is also just one of the latest books that I read. I think this one I read in college as opposed to the other 2 when I read in high school. But yeah, I'm already familiar with the story. I just want to reread it to see if it does hold up to the standards that I now have, which granted isn't a lot. As long as it's a good story, it should get a good rating from me. But you know, sometimes you never know, you know? But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to share the books that I plan on reading. I will be having review videos for all of these books, so if you want to see my review video for Paper Towns or The Hating Game or The Fault in Our Stars, you're gonna have to make sure to subscribe. That way you can see when they come out. But other than that, that's pretty much it. That's all I have. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, comment if you have read these books, what you think about them, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.